Stream elements. Bill 1949T is now live. Streaming DCS World, My Flight Simming, DCS. Stream elements. Bill 19.
One, two. Test.
Request rearming.
Copy.
I'm not sure what they're firing at. These guys here are shooting at something. Coming in this direction. Not sure.
Rearming complete.
Starting in the spit again, just to check the ground, check to make sure that everything's working as it should before I jump into something else, such as maybe an LA7. Set those down trim to level. Put another through right. Runners fully, both trim set full right. Those down trim set to level. We'll put the lights on. No, the nav lights. So I can cancel that. And taxi to runway 08. Got the radio on just in case someone else can hear me. Get the radio check. I'll get my radio window on first. Radio up, the frame rate is showing up there. I'll check to see if there's anyone else there. 49 radio check. Dead has just got in, so he won't have his radio on yet. I'll just taxi. be bomb crates on the way, on the taxiway, so well, possibly one, so look out for that.
Ghetto Zebras. Hi Bill.
I ghetto. Oops. Oh, I didn't remember to look, and yes, there is a bomb crater there. So there might be one also on the runway. Did you see that bounce that I got? I'm doing my usual start off in a spit, although a couple of nights ago, a couple of occasions ago, I didn't do that. I just went straight in the LA7. So I'm doing my usual, just check. Frame rate is good at the moment. I'm getting in the region of 45 to 50, or it varies obviously, but in the region of 45, 50 maybe frames per second, and radio's working. Now that window is going to be handy there, because when I get in LA7 I can't get that window up, so I have to open that window from a spit. Okay, I think we're good. Lights are on.
Ghetto Zebras. Will be in shortly. Attempting to set up my VR.
Ooh, okay. I don't think I dare try VR, because that'll almost certainly be another outlay for me. But I'm very comfy with track IR. The only thing, of course, you don't get in track IR is the stereoscopic effect that you're going to get with VR. So good luck with you on that. That's nice for you. Okay, I think I'm good to go. Breakers off. Hope I don't hit another crater. Never frame rate was on whilst I'm in the air till never. What goes on? What happened there? Actually, I've got my CCTV still running, and I've just noticed that screen has gone blank, so maybe something happened. I'm not crazy. Maybe that'll prevent one or two further issues. Listen to the phasing of that crop from the Echo 19 sound. I love it. And I'm sure that's going to be undead there, so I'll give him a hello buzz. that caused a drop in frame rate. Radio check. But of course they've affected my engine controls, so I'm going to now do a landing rate. 49 RTB, bit of an emergency landing, coming in on 26. Oh, and they've hit my left aileron and my right aileron rather, because it's not really doing much, the lefties. I don't mean aileron, I mean flat. All things considered, that's walk away, so alright. I think it was the BTRs down there that knocked me out, even as I was flying away. I wasn't even attacking them. There you go. I'll get repaired.
Request repair. Copy.
Okay, trims are set, ready for takeoff.
The Templaric Knight. How's it going, Bill?
Hi, Templar. Yeah, I mean, not too bad. I'm just I'm starting in a spit, as I often have done, mostly have done in the past, just as because that's my test point, if you like. That's my datum line. So that's what I tend to do. And I just flew around for a bit, and as I was flying away from some BTRs that are over on the left, which over on the east rather, which I kind of forgot were there, one of them hit me, knocked out my engine control system, and I had to do an emergency landing. And in doing so, then I found out that they'd hit my my right flap, so I was banking severely to the left because the right flap wasn't there to go down, I guess. So then that made a bit of a mess of me, as you can see.
The Templaric Knight. Oh, you got fly swatted.
Yeah, I did, but I can't actually. The flap. Hang on. Oh, I'll put them both up. Let's just see if they both go down. Yeah, that has gone down. I don't understand quite why she was banking sharply to the left when the right aileron is down and the left isn't. Well, actually, the right aileron is coming back up again now. That's probably because it's got insufficient pneumatic in the reservoir, so it's gone down, but it's coming back up. I'll put the lever back up anyway. I don't want that there when I take off. How long? 20 seconds before they repair me. Repair takes about, anyone doesn't know, about 5 or 10 seconds to actually do the repair. Yeah, so got fly spotted by BTRs.
It's because the type of flaps on the spit are like spoilers on a race car.
Well, yeah, but I expected that if I was going to veer sharply to the left when I put my flaps down, because one was missing or not coming down, I'd expect it to be the right aileron that's not come down. So the left aileron comes down and drags you over to the left. So that doesn't seem... Oh, hang on. No, hang on. Hang on, let me rethink that. So I'm getting more lift on the right wing.
Knight.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but the flaps give you more lift.
Yeah, our thoughts crossed in the post there. Yeah, the flaps give me more lift, so I've got more lift on the right wing, causing me to veer to the left, and that makes sense because it was the left wing that was severely damaged. That makes sense. It's a pity I didn't check the flaps before I went for a repair, because I would have found, I'm sure, before repair that the left flap wasn't coming down. That's a guess. Right, I've been repaired.
The Templaric Knight. Or the left flaps got shot off.
Yeah, well, the left flap could have got shot off, but I'm just not sure what happened there, because I didn't check at the appropriate time. But yeah, the right flap coming down without the left flap coming down or being missing, yeah, would cause more lift on the right wing. So that would cause me to roll to the left. So that makes sense anyway. Right, I think I'm good for takeoff. I've already set my trims. Altimeter's already set. Trims are set for takeoff. So I haven't used my guns. So, at least I don't think I did. No, I didn't use my guns, so I'm good to go. I don't even have to get rearmed. Drop pitch fully fine. Crack the throttle a bit. I nearly lost it again because I'd forgotten to put my brake on. I would have rolled forward. check. I should have checked to see if there's anyone coming in or going out, but there isn't. Okay, good break off, away we go. Someone's got a BF 109 down there. Who's that 109? Zoom in on that and see. Okay, so Warhawk's got a 109. The big Delta, aka Ghetto Zebras. Ghetto Giraffe, Ghetto Zebras, I think it's Zebras. I only think of Ghetto now, I forget the animal. Warhawk's got a 109. At some point, I suspect people will start taking 109s from an enemy airfield, which means they can come and attack us without warning. At the moment, if Warhawk decided to fancy a dogfight, he might say that to me and we'd go and meet somewhere for a dogfight. And it's only by mutual agreement that we do that, but I suppose if people were to take aircraft from enemy airfields, they could just come and strike without warning. I don't know where Warhawk went, but he's not there now.
Hotel Claret Night. I'll be on in a minute.
Oh, jolly good, look forward to seeing you there. And there's puffs of like flak, like it looks like it in the sky, isn't it? What's being shot at? I wonder if they can shoot 109s. 109s that are on the right, they're actually enemy, but they're not aggressive. Yeah, they're not aggressive. I can chase them and have a go at them, but they won't shoot back. I can't even see that one. Okay, so our units must be shooting at him. Sorry, that was the radio, not intended. It's from Australia. So there he is, I think. He's in front of me now, and our units are shooting. Let's pump it up a bit, catch up. I kind of hope they don't get him. I'll stay low enough that hopefully he can't see me in his rear view. Full throttle now, clock which is fully fine. Staying low once again, so that hopefully, even though with AI, hoping that AI pilot can't see me in his rear view, so it's a low, hopefully. Shoot. So you notice the wings on that one were blue, and that signifies that he wasn't really an enemy there, but what it was, but it wasn't aggressive. Should have closed my canopy for that, in case he was aggressive, which I knew he wasn't, but if he had been, obviously my canopy for some kind of protection. Actually, there's one in front of me that should be aggressive if I can find him. He's higher than me. Close my canopy so I can climb him. In front of the white cloud. There he is. This one won't have blue wings. He'll be active. He'll be aggressive to me. Fully fine, throttling up. Looks as though he's on his way back to altitude. get to him before he gets to his base. Full throttle like this for too long. Ease back a bit. And catching up. It's got bearings. Didn't expect that. Let's go for the other one. So I think that one should go there. I think I see it. Single colour heels, but I thought all of the aggressive ones were in camouflage colours. Camo, he was aggressive, or he would have been. Can't believe I didn't get a chance to bang up. There's another two spawned at the top there. those two will be once again, they will be aggressive. No, I'm going to attempt to those. For none artillery. Watch out for the convoy, which there'll be a convoy on the left and there'll be other stuff on the right. Now the stuff on the right probably won't shoot at me, but the convoy probably will if they've got a chance, if they're all fast chasing. See the convoy, that's the enemy convoy there. We'll stay away from them. I'm going to damage, I do go round, I'll come in from the east on 2-6. That's much more like, it's more like Eastman. That's got to be ghetto just there, I think. Move over to the left hand side and into the... So I'll move into the south edge of the runway, get rearmed. I don't think I've got any damage. I don't think I need repair.
Ghetto zebras. Flutter.
It was... Sorry, that wasn't meant for my thing. Yeah, it was quite a nice smooth landing. That's the way I used to land. But for some reason, fairly recently, it's all gone quite pear-shaped. Not just probably just not taking enough care. That phrase, familiarity breeds contempt. I think it probably just means that I've got too familiar and stopped concentrating as much as I need to. But I think I'm going to get repaired, and I'm going to sort myself maybe something to drink. In the meantime, welcome to YouTube viewer. So I've got to shut the engine down to bring repair. They don't seem to like working on the engine. It's got a spinning problem. Cut the engine. What am I doing? I don't need a repair. I've just said I don't need a repair, and here I am shutting the engine down as if I do. Okay, I'll get rearmed anyway.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
So there's Ghetto taking off. I don't know why I shut the engine down then, that was just crazy. But never mind, I'll grab my glass, find myself a can, and I'll be back. I'll leave the screen fixed on a reasonable view. In fact,
Refueling complete.
let's leave it set just there, because that's... I don't normally do that, it's a good view. So I'll fix my track IR, and I'll talk to Ghetto in a minute about his...
Atchisia R3K. First.
Hello GZZ. Sorry, I'm going to have to call you 3K because I don't know the rest of it. What do you mean? So 3K, what first, what do you mean? Or do you mean thirst, as in TH?
Rearming complete.
JCC. Oh, 3K. Yeah, 3K is much easier for me. Beautiful pass, thank you. There, Ghetto. Nice, lovely pass. Are you still there, 3K? I'm supposed to be getting myself a beer, aren't I? But hang on, I'm just waiting to see if I get a response. Oh no, it looks like 3K has gone, so that's fine. All right, well I'll fix my view. I'll fix my view to that because it looks nice. Let's put it on the sunny side, and actually you can see my name there. BILL1949. Nice. Okay, I'm going to fix that. going to take my glass and I'll be back. Oh, I've got people waiting now. Anyone want to say a quick hello before I grab my glass and go and find a can out of the fridge? Then when I get back, I'll be taking off. I'll take off in the Spit again, I think, before I go to the LA7, but I will go to the LA7 at some point. I've had 2 kills tonight so far. I've had a, was it 2 or 1? 2 or 3 rather. Crikey, I can't remember. Hang on. Well, it's 2 according to this. Yeah, that's right. Yes, it was just 2. One of them was a non-combatant. They just fly around. They're good target practice, and they try to avoid you. And the other one, if he could have got to me, he would have shot me down. But I managed to get to him first. So we got 4 of us. Ignore Digital Dave. We got 4 of us in the server at the moment. So I'm going to go AFK briefly, and I'll be back soon. Well, that was silly of me because guys, I realised that I wasn't going to have a lager or a cider. I was going to have a bitter, and of course they're in the cupboard behind me. I didn't need to go to the kitchen. Never mind. Took a comfort break instead. So who's that that shot past me? If that's Ghetto taking off. Oh, so that must have been Warhawk. Oh, Warhawk's actually in the 109 now. That's good. Flying off with Delta. Ghetto. Can't keep up with the names. I'm going to pour my beer first anyway. So that one up there is Warhawk in a 109, followed by, there we go, followed by Ghetto in the LA7. Okay, I think I'm good to restart. Let's finish that can. Pour the rest of it in the glass. That had to be a 109, the sound of it alone. Well, they're both there, but I think it was Warhawk that came past me first. Lovely whistly whiny sound with it. Okay, perhaps I'll take off and go join them, fly around. I've done my trims, haven't I? No, I haven't. I thought I had. No? Okay, I haven't. Fair enough. I only gave it 3 pumps because she's still warm. Crack the throttle. Gorgeous sounds, both of them. lost visual. There he is. I've lost visual again. Found him. Bang, bang, bang. I like shooting down there. That was nice, Warhawk, if you already seen him. Bring up on the fork. So what will I do now? Perhaps I'll go down to the bridge. Go to the bridge. To the bridge from the west. Oil temps come down a bit because I had it quite high with all that chasing around. across where I am. Oh, there's the railway. I'm seeing it on the train. So the bridge is there. Got, well, if it hasn't been attacked already, it's got 4 BTRs on it. Oil temperatures come down okay. BTRs on the bridge, tally ho. Oh, they're not there, or they're all being destroyed. That's 2 of them. Thinking that Maxwell must have nodded off. It does that sometimes, as do I. That was lucky. I couldn't see the target. I just knew roughly where he was shooting from. So actually, there's 4 burners there. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all. I thought I saw one in the trees, but in which case it might be 3 burners. See if I get shot at. Yep. Oh, he's smoking. The last one is smoking. I know roughly where he is, if I can remember by the time I made my turn. I think I might come in from that sort of southwesterly direction. It's just tucked in by the trees. Was burning, but not seeing smoke at the moment. That's it, that's all 4. Successful little sorting. I think I'll land and perhaps take an LA7. Far on out of break. not quite butter, but okay. Very nice get up. I think you messed up my hair when you did that. Okay, I'm going to shut the engine down and return in the
As you see. WSGGGGG.
What was? I mean, what's that? What's that? With me. I'm going to call you with me. That's easier. Right. So what's was? If you're still there, it's showing no viewers on YouTube. So I'm going to cut my engine. Has anyone got preferences as to what I fly next? I was going to go to an LA7, but if anyone is particularly keen on me flying the Spit again, I will.
Ghetto zebras. I must have touched down just in front of you.
Yeah.
Ghetto zebras.
Yeah.
XD.
Almost on my starboard gun, I think. Right, there doesn't seem to be a preference as to what I fly. I've flown a few sorties now in the Spit tonight, so I'll go for the LA7. I've got a feeling Maxwell's not going to get here. It's 2. Well, he's not going to get here. It's 2 o'clock. I'm guessing that he's.
Ghetto zebras.
We keep terrible hours, so I
heard
suspect
that
he's
spit
fallen
and
asleep.
build up a bit XD. I knew I was almost clear. I've been getting better at coming in with a more visible approach at an angle almost, isn't it? Ghetto zebras. So I can see over the nose.
Yeah, and of course the trick is to
Ghetto
curl
zebras.
round onto.
Well.
Yeah, beside it.
Beside it.
And the trick also is to curve into the runway, so like swing in from left or right, so that you're keeping the runway always in your view through your like left window or right window. Yeah, Laxor and I keep terrible hours because we fly till early hours of the morning. A lot of that reason for that is that there's a lot of people we fly with who are in the States, and of course they're 5 hours behind us. So you can't just like stop flying when just as they're getting there. So we tend to start and finish later, which means our hours of sleep are terrible. So sleeping, just falling asleep at some point is very easy. Okay, I'm going to lose comms for a moment because I'm going to jump in a LA7.
Copy.
Okay, so I'll take off. I'll taxi in that direction to take off. It's on a much longer start-up, of course, on the LA7.
Chief, connect ground air supply. Copy. Ground air supply is now connected. Chief, apply ground air supply. Copy. Air is now applied. Hey, what are you doing?
Right, now that's because I hadn't moved my brake lever, so it thought the brake was off, although the position is on. Because I hadn't moved it, it defaulted to the off position, and I started to move forward, but I think I got away with it. I don't think he's too upset with it. Right, I can actually ask him to disconnect the air now, because I've turned off the air for that. You have to disconnect the air.
Chief, disconnect ground air supply. Copy. Ground air supply is now disconnected.
Right, so first check, have I still got brakes? So I'm looking at these two here to make sure they always go up. Yep, lovely. So that's Warhawk there in the A10. Okay, let's turn some of this stuff on.
Frequency set.
Oh, frequency, well done. Thank you, Ghetto. Yes, I'll do that right now. Okay, radio check.
Yep, grab it.
Lovely, thank you, sir.
Ghetto zebras. I like the way the bot reads Sir LOL.
I didn't really notice actually.
Ghetto zebras. Read.
Red. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you got double E. Okay. Okay. Where am I at? I think I just want to set my flaps ready. think I'm good to go. Brakes I've shown are working. Everything is done, I think. Once again, I've got to remember, apart from setting the radio frequency, I've also got to remember to open the engine cooling and the oil cooling systems, so otherwise it will heat up, it will seize up. I think I'm good to taxi.
Ghetto's Edwards. Max are joining tonight.
I suspect he's fallen asleep actually, Ghetto. Because that's what happens sometimes. As I was saying earlier on, you might not have caught it if you were on radio. But I was saying that we keep such terrible hours, so it's easy for us to nod off at the wrong time, and that could well be what's happening. Just announce to anyone that's there. 49 for takeoff, 026. Just remember to open those flaps to keep it in the oil from overheating. That before I take off. Very good. Take off. Here we go.
Ghetto's Edwards. We'll catch up in just a sec.
Copy, Ghetto.
Ghetto's Edwards. Nice.
My takeoffs are getting a bit unpredictable now, but there's still a danger of a veering over to one side. You've got to keep like pumping those rudder pedals and being careful, keeping like a gradual but definite increase in throttle time to make sure she gets pulled forward, so that the tail is less likely to swing round. Once you get to the point of correct trim, it very easily goes past it. course with this aircraft you don't know how much trim you're giving it because there's little marks on the wheel, but it's not numbered. You can't sort of see, have a starting point and know how far you've moved it. You look down, it just looks like the same wheel with notches on it. Get a bit of altitude. I don't think I've done that in this aircraft. Of course, the altimeter is marked in meters, I guess, so that's like 1,000 meters, so it's about 3,000 feet on that. So if I'm at 3,000 meters, it's about 9,000 feet. attack on the enemy convoy. Enabled my guns. I've got some kills anyway, by the looks of it. Oh, there was only one smoking by the looks of it. Return to base. There you go. 49 out of ammo, returning to base, coming to 8. Too fast, but never mind. See how it works. Good enough. I forgot to open the canopy. I meant to do that. I forgot. North edge of runway 4 real. although it's now gone to 30, so I might well fold it there. In fact, I still have a couple of things to attend to, as I always have, before I turn in. So I am going to fold it there. So thanks for all those that have been flying. I'll mention that on radio actually. Right, I'm going to fold it, chaps, because it's gone 2:30. It's been a good evening. Thanks for you chaps being there. Lexel didn't make it. I suspect he fell asleep because, as I said earlier, that is so easy for us to do because we keep such bad hours. But there you go. I'm going to fold now because I've still got stuff to do before I turn in, as I always have. And we'll be flying again next Friday evening. So there we are. I'm rather liking the radial engines. They just feel very businesslike and chunky and nice. I think of John Wayne in The Flying Leathernecks, a 50s film. They were flying Wildcats, I think, in that, which don't look too much like this, but they've got that sort of blunt nose with the radial engine.
Well, I was at 20,000 feet and started descending at a speed of 600 knots and blacked out. She does well at high alt though.
Blacked out. Oh. That has to be Warhawk. Yeah, there he is. Very nice. Nicely done, Warhawk.
Ghetto Zebras.
Nicely done, Warhawk.
I was going to do the fastest warbird high-speed pass, haha. Ghetto Zebras. Take care, good flying.
Yep, and you, sir. Catch you next weekend, I suspect. I should have said I hope. Right, so I'm going to leave the server and we'll catch you all next weekend. Okay, and for anyone still on my stream, thank you for being there. It's always nice to have people there. Even better if you can interact. I know not everyone can, or not everyone is inclined to. That's fine. Just the fact that you're there is nice. And I see that there's now 3 people watching, and I'm about to fold. Anyone want to say a quick hello before I go, or try to convince me not to go, whichever.
Warhawk. Hello, Bill.
Oh, it's Warhawk. That was a very nice Cobra that you were doing earlier on. Is that right? I'm not too familiar with all that stuff. It was a good evening, though. It was a good evening. Nice little bit of chasing around between me and the Spear and you in the 109. It's very nice. Very good evening. But it's gone. What is 2:43? So I'm beyond my usual time. Looks like Lexel must have fallen asleep. So Which is, as I said earlier, we do that because we keep such bad hours because of you guys in the States being around here.
Yep, the 109 does have some limitations for sure in that environment.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure everything in its place, right? Everything, horses for courses, as we say. Yeah, horses for courses.
Warorkvch. For a little bit of that tussle I was actually trying. Warorkvch. Like 30% of it. Warorkvch. I could only hold our tail for like 10 seconds. Warorkvch. Your asterisk.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's fair enough because in theory the Spit should have been able to outturn the 109, although I think they were still pretty well matched, but it should be able to outturn. So as long as I'm turning fairly tight, in theory you would struggle to stay on my tail. But that's not me, that's the aircraft.
Warorkvch. Yeah, I would lose speed on those turns and fall behind.
Yeah, and of course, like a tight turn at high speed
at a
doesn't
higher
work so
energy
well.
state or something.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because, as I say, the faster you go, the more difficult it is to make a tight turn, isn't it? So the Spit can obviously fly a bit slower and turn a bit tighter because of that, I guess. Of course, if you run away, then I wouldn't stand very good chance of catching up with you.
Warorkvch. All I know is 51p, everything else
is better than, yeah? 51, P51 is better than everything else. Well,
Warorkvch.
I can't actually allow
Happy
myself
smiley.
Can't exactly agree with that because to me the Spit is better than everything else.
Startled
I agree.
smiley,
You dog. Yeah, yeah. But the LA7, in terms of pleasure of flying, is coming very close to the Spitfire for me. But obviously the P51 is great to fly too, but I suppose because it's new to me, the LA7. I just bought it because I just knew that rather than waiting for a trial and then buying it perhaps at a higher price, I might as well just do it now. It's not that expensive, so that's what I did. And it's a lovely aircraft. The start-up procedure is much more what you might call interesting than a Spitfire is, obviously. There's a lot more to it because it's more antiquated, even though it came in later.
Warorkvch. It's a well-done module. I think a little liberty was given for the LA7 and its performance in the sim, honestly. Perhaps some embellishment to its speeds and turn rate.
I wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't know. I just know that it's nice to get in, good fun to start up. I'm getting better at takeoffs and landing in it. And it's just a pleasure to fly. It's got a nice sound. I like the radial engines, they're very nice. I don't know if you caught what I said earlier on, but it reminded me of John Wayne in the Flying Leathernecks, a 50s film where he's flying Wildcats, I think it was. Those nice radial engines. They seem powerful and businesslike, you know. I like them.
Warorkvch. They were a full wood construction, and nobody has rebuilt an LA7 in the real world. Only a few museum examples left.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hang on.
So you can really make up what it really flew like because nobody will gut check you on it.
Well, true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, for me, it's just flying pleasure. I want the Spit to be accurate because it can be. If the LA7 can't necessarily be accurate, I'm fine with that. As long as I enjoy flying it, that's the main thing.
Warorkh. And Eagle Dynamics being a formerly Russian company, they tend to have a bias towards Soviet aircraft. Like the MiG-29 is featured in all their promos, for example.
Oh yeah. Well, I suppose that's excusable, isn't it? I suppose. Yeah, why not? There's a couple of things coming in now. What was it? Lexor was mentioning online on messaging earlier on that he thought that the Wildcat or Bearcat might have been mentioned as listed as a possible for coming in later on, but he can't remember how he got that info. So I think I'd have to go for that if it turned up. But I want the Hurricane. I want the Hurricane.
Warorkh. Airjo just thoped on.
Oh, and there's me going, and he's just hopping on, and that's the thing
He's
about
sad.
us
No bill
over
in the
here,
air,
isn't
you
it?
know.
Wow, yeah, maybe. I think he can probably survive it. But I want the Hurricane, and I've mentioned it a couple of times on Facebook where someone will put, that something will come out from ED, someone will make a comment and say, what about this and what about that? So I jump on and message directly, or not message, but comment directly to Eagle Dynamics, or DCS, whatever it comes up as. What about Hurricane? And no one comes back to me. They don't even come back and say, nah. They just don't come back. It gets ignored. Now, I don't see how you can have a Spitfire, a Warbird, like a Spitfire. Okay, I know it's a Mark 9, I know it's later, but I don't see how you can have a Spitfire without having a Hurricane. It's like having peaches without cream, isn't it? They're both iconic aircraft. They should both be in DCS.
Warorkh. They will add it eventually, I'm sure.
Oh, they might do, but say I've had no responses to it on the times. It's not that many times, maybe 3 or 4 times that I've noticed something crop up on Facebook, and I'll put a message there to say, what about the Hurricane, when we're going to get it, and then never
However,
come back.
they are a company after all, so they need to focus on a balance between modules that will sell well and others to flush out their library.
Well, yeah, that's fair enough. But I would have thought the Hurricane would sell, because once again, it's like a lot of people would have bought the Spitfire because it's iconic, regardless of anything else. I would have thought that they would do the same sort of thing with the Hurricane. I mean, it's a beautiful aircraft. It's not as beautiful as a Spit, of course, but it's still a good-looking aircraft and business-like, and it can take a bit of punishment. It's just a pity that we haven't got it yet. I hope we do. I really hope they do finally bring it in.
Warorkh. The Spitfire checks the box for that market for most people.
Well, yeah, but as I say, they do go together. I mean, the Battle of Britain wasn't Spitfires, it's Spitfires and Hurricanes, and I think Hurricanes took more.
Development time in the next 6 years. Warorkh. They have major modules coming up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I somehow, I mean, I know I want it, but I can't imagine it coming in. By the way, Warhawk, I can't remember if we've been here before, but you've got the Spitfire. Do you use the DCS Spitfire sound, or have you tried the Echo 19 sound?
Warorkh. I am familiar with Echo 19, but I use the default sound as it's fairly good regardless. If I flew it every time I'd download Echo 19.
Oh, well, here's a tip. If you want Echo 19 sound, I wouldn't recommend downloading it, because I downloaded it. I already had it, and then I had to re-download it. I think when I went from Windows 10 to Windows 11, I lost stuff, and I had to re-download the Echo 19 sound, and I actually paid for it, which I didn't have to before. But they were flogging it for, I think it's something like £3. So what would that make it? $2.50 or something for you? I really don't know. So it was cheap, but the sound wasn't the same. Well, I did find my original folder for the Echo 19 sound for the Spit that I loved so much, and I've kept that. So my tip is, if you do decide you want to try it, get on here and let me know. We'll meet up on Discord, and I'll drop the folder across to you, which obviously won't cost you anything, but it's not the cost that's important. The important thing is the sounds. I'm happy that I paid for it, because the sound is nice. It's worth paying for. But the latest one that they put for download is not the same.
I will let you know.
So I currently now, every time I have to update, and I lose that sound, I use the original sound that I had, the original Echo 19 folder. I drop that back into the appropriate place so that I get all those sounds back again. But you'll notice on when I'm flying, if I open the canopy, you get that lovely airy, almost like phasing sound from the prop wash, which you don't get from the DCS normal sound. And when you come into land using the Echo 19 sound, once again, something I don't think you get on DCS sound, as you get closer to the runway, you start to get an increase in volume, which is like reflected sound from the runway coming back up at you, which you notices when you've got the canopy open, which you should have when you're landing in a Spitfire. So you get that increase in sound. So things like that, it's a really good thing. So if you think about it, let me know, and I'll somehow drop that folder to you on Discord with instructions, if you like, on how to use it.
Warorkvch. Noted. Warorkvch. What are you drinking?
This is what I call bitter, but I'm not supposed now. We're supposed to call it ale. It's real ale. It comes from the southwest of England, down in St Austell, I think, is it, or something? I can't remember where it is now. But anyway, it's called Proper Job. It's a nice light golden. Most of it's gone, of course, now, but it's a nice light golden colour. It's quite a bitter drink, which as a kid I used to think bitter is bad, but no, as you get to be an adult, you find that bitter is actually a good flavour. But it's also it's strongly hopped, so you get a good taste of the hops and a nice bitter smack, and it's really nice. I doubt you'll be able to get it over there though. You might like it. I'll tell you what, you might like it even more than you like Guinness.
At Airjo. Cool drink. Warorkvch. How dare you?
You've got to try Guinness at least 10 times, Warhawk. You've got to have at least 10 pints, not all at the same time, on different occasions, and acquire the taste for it. It's beautiful stuff. Well, I haven't had it for yonks, to be honest. Partly because it's never the same.
I'd die by the 8.
No, you wouldn't. In a pub, it's different because they put it up differently. It's pressurised with nitrogen, I think. And you can get tins of it, which have got a nitrogen widget in it. So you get that foam, but it's never quite the same as you would. In fact, in Ireland, when my brother went to Ireland many decades ago, and he went into an Irish pub and he ordered a pint of Guinness, and they pulled up half a pint, and then
are you a GUI spokesperson?
I'm not a spokesperson, however, it is nice. So he ordered a pint of Guinness, they pulled up half a pint, and then they moved to another barrel and filled it up. And they said, "Oh, has that barrel gone off?" And they said, "No, we don't normally pour more than half a pint at a time on each barrel because it helps keep it stable. So they just do half a pint. But a couple of pints of Guinness is like a good Sunday lunch." But I haven't had it for yonks, maybe longer. So perhaps I should get another pack just to show you, just to remind you of all that lovely flavour that you're missing.
Warorkj. I'll donate money for you to not buy it.
Tempting. I could buy a bottle of rum instead, couldn't I? Which I haven't had tonight. I haven't had any rum tonight. I've just had that 1 pint. Oh, no, not quite true. That 1 pint after I had half a bottle of red with my curry.
Warorkj. Joe's in here flying all by his lonesome.
Well, why aren't you flying with him then? You're in the right time zone. I'm not sure who's joined on YouTube, but welcome YouTuber for joining on. We're just chatting at the moment, but and in theory, I say in theory, I've finished for the evening, but it's not beyond the bounds of possibility that I could have my arm twisted.
Boo.
Boo? What's that supposed to mean? Made me jump when I read that.
At Air Joe. LOL, I'm just lurking.
Oh, hello Joe, it's you there, is it? Okay, sorry I'm not flying at the moment, but as you know, I am beyond my time, really. So, I wasn't... Mind you, I sat here chatting for at least 20 minutes beyond my time.
At Air Joe. Would love to see you, maybe we fly the spit or something. Warorkj. Beyond your time, but could be convinced.
Well, you know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. I even drink Guinness. I can be convinced of anything, can't I?
Warorkj. I'll fly the spit for 10 to 15 minutes before I hop off.
Oh, I had planned to leave, you know. Okay, so what we talking... Oops, sorry, I just clattered my mic. What are we talking about? Three of us flying spits for 10 minutes?
Warorkj. Blimey, I think we are.
Blimey, I said that's awfully British, Warhawk. See, I'm just a sucker for a Spitfire, aren't I, see? Like Guinness. It never tastes the same as when it's coming from a pub. So you've twisted my arm, beaten me and shouted me into submission.
As a Brit would say, you're taking a piss, lad.
Hey, you're taking a piss, lad. That's a northern type of word in it, that is, lad. Have you ever seen Wallace and Gromit? Wallace and Gromit, they're like puppets, if you like, made from plasticine or the like. And
At Air Joe.
he's northern, he's like from Yorkshire.
In the F-18. That's 4,000 pounds of explosives down the drain.
Well, if you manage to get a big bomb like that down a little drain, you've done well. Yeah, so look out for Wallace and Gromit on the moon. I can't remember what they called it. In fact, it's not really called Wallace and Gromit. They're the characters. I can't think what the actual title is. Hold on, let me get a spit.
LMAO.
So look out for Wallace and Gromit on the moon, and you probably won't think it's funny, but you know, because we've got different humours, I suppose. But there's a few nice bits in there. But I just love the accent because it's a Yorkshire accent. I just love the Yorkshire accent. A lot of the northern accents in England I really like. Because we've got Steggy. I don't know if you've heard Steggy on here very much, but he's like from up north.
Different humours, different taste buds, different warbird supremacy preferences.
Yeah, well, I think Americans can't get it right all the time, can they, sir? I really wasn't planning to do this. You can tell how I'm fighting against it, can't you? Oh, let's get some ammo. I'm probably speaking too soon, but voice attack has behaved itself, for the most part, pretty good tonight.
Request rearming. Copy.
And there he goes. Warhawk and a Spitfire. What a lovely sight. See, even you look good in a Spitfire, Warhawk.
Rearming complete.
I can't remember. There's a bomb crater on the taxiway as you approach the runway 08. Okay, we've got our radios on, chaps. We copy.
Hey, Bill.
Jolly good, Joe. Warhawk, you got voice, you got mic. I'll just set my altimeter and trims and I'll be moving it. I might stop briefly and grab myself a top of rum, and that'll be Warhawk's fault. Okay, yeah, stand by. I've got to find my glass, grab myself a top of rum, and I will be back very soon.
Ghetto zebras. Still flying.
Right, so Warhawk, yeah, Ghetto, they broke my arm, they beat me into submission, shouted at me, and I had to come back in and do a quick final. Sorry, that was actually really for Ghetto, but because he's on my stream, but I pushed the wrong button and broadcast it on radio. Never mind. And for the sake of Warhawk, in case you're interested, you asked me what I was drinking earlier on, and this is what I'm going to be drinking now, a drop of this. And that's Warhawk's fault, because we had a discussion about drink of some sort, and that made me mention the word rum, so now I've got to have some. It pains me to pour that rum, and I mean literally, this left hand shoulder here, if you was to feel it, you'd throw up, because it crunches and grinds, and it's horrible. And if I get it in the wrong place, like if I'm lifting up a bottle to pour out a drop of rum, it hurts. So it literally pained me to pour that.
At Ergen. Flower Hind just shot me as I was flying away from him in my jet. That was really impressive for the RE. We gotta get these guys not.
Yeah, I mean they are, with their missiles, they are pretty lethal, especially for a Spitfire, I mean even yourself. So, for the hell of it, good elf. Is that a reasonable total run?
Ghetto zebras. It was secretly laxer in disguise.
Okay, I'm going to taxi to runway, and I've got to remember the crater. It's probably still there. 49 taxiing 0. And if you've got your ears on, Warhawk, just listen to this. And later on, when I come in, or when I'm flying around and I open a canopy, if you're going to fly a Spit, you really do want this sound, and you should be flying a Spit an awful lot more.
At Ergen. I don't think laxer even knows how to use the missiles LOL.
I don't know. I don't know, he certainly knows a lot more than I do, that's for sure. I think that's why I like the Warbirds. They fit my fly-by-your-seat-of-the-pants simple mind. I do, I mean, the jets, I actually find them boring. I've got an F-16, and there's a lot to know, and not necessarily so much to do, because you don't even have to operate your own flaps, it does it all for you. I like this. I think that's one of the reasons why I like the LA7, because you've got things to do. You've even got to watch your engine temperature whilst you're flying, and possibly open flaps to allow cooling, then remember to close them, and then remember to open them. And you've got 3 positions for the gear, for the levers for your gear and for your flaps. You have to put them to neutral after you've used them. It's real flying to me. Not sure where that crate is. I did hit it last time I came this way. They might have repaired it. I'm not seeing it, perhaps I have repaired it. Oh, there it is. There it is. See? I have repaired it. it does affect you if you hit it. And I guess if you hit it at a little bit of speed, which of course you shouldn't on a taxi, but if you did, I think you'll probably damage your gear. Well, once again, I would have failed to get a proper night tonight because it's gone through. It's nearly 3:15 AM and I'm back in here instead of finishing. I'm back in, flying a spin. I'm bad. Okay, I think I'll put my lights on. I think I've done everything else. I've done my trims. I've done my altimeter, so ready to go. Oh, someone just keyed a mic but didn't say anything.
Launch. Ill filter. Launch. Ill filter, it must have gone down. Launch. Joe, I'm going to hop off for the evening if you are here.
Okay, is anyone receiving me on my stream?